Hey everyone, Nintendo! Hey everyone, Big Mac here. This is, I guess a Let's Play of sorts. This is the stage, clear mode of Tetris Attack. I've got it sped up here just cause, otherwise it would have been like a 45-minute, playthrough. And puzzle games, are not necessarily that exciting to watch. Yeah, that was a times 7 combo. But what I was saying is that puzzle games, for the most part, are not very exciting to watch. Also because it has that Wheel of Fortune mentality where you're screaming at the computer, or you're screaming at the screen, going, "Move it over there! Move it over there! Move it over there!" But of course, I can't hear you because I played this all yesterday. One thing that I find very fascinating is that, I'm a decent Tetris Attack player. That's why I uploaded the time trial the other day. But the other thing I noticed was that when you play these things in fast motion, I look awesome. I know that's very egotistic, but it's like, I look like a better Tetris Attack player when when the game goes in fast forward, just because people have less time to react to it, and they're like, "Ooh, that got cleared, that got cleared, that got cleared." That's impressive. So, the way that the stage select works is that the game is broken up into 6 rounds of 5 levels, or 6 levels with 5 stages in them, actually. What I did for these things was the first 2 stages I sped it up to times 2, double speed. And then for the remaining 3 in the stage, I sped that up to times 4. I played these all in regular speed on my Super Nintendo, just using my capture card. Something really weird happened when I was, when I plugged in my capture card the first time to play. I had never seen it before. Basically, I think the game thought that since I had the capture card set up, that I was trying to make a copy of the game. Not like copy like VCR copy, which is like the quality that I have here, but copy is in, still put it on another cartridge or something. Cause I got this weird thing, and it was like, warning, it is illegal to copy Nintendo games. Please consult your Nintendo representative for details. And I had never seen that before. I wanted to get a picture. It was a weird feeling, because it was that feeling like, this is totally stereotypical 1950s America, but it's like when you're playing baseball with your friends out in the middle of the street, and then it's your turn to bat, and you're all excited and you're ready to play, but then, you swing your bat and the baseball goes through the neighbor's window. And then you get that sudden feeling of dread. It's like, I am going to be in so much trouble when Dad gets home. That kind of a feeling. That's how I felt when I saw that thing on the computer screen, or on the TV screen, actually. Well, it was on both of them, actually, but when I saw that on the TV screen, I was just thinking, oh no, what have I done to my game? I love this game. I've had it since 96? 95 or 95 or 96. When the game, I've had it pretty much since the game came out. I've loved it since then. But the thing that, I had never seen that thing before, so I really didn't know what to expect. And I was kind of afraid that it wasn't going to let me play the game anymore. Just because it was like, you tried to copy the game or something. Like, when it said copy, I assumed it meant, like, try to make an illegal cartridge or something, not copy it and then post the video on YouTube, or post it on a VCR or something like that. I wish it would have been a little more specific on that, but whatever. So, I haven't even talked about, I've barely even talked about this game at all. Tetris Attack is actually a Americanization of a Japanese puzzle game, as far as I know. This is just as far as I know, called Panel de Pon. The structure of this game has also been used in other titles like Pokemon Puzzle League, if you ever played that one. Basically, you know, we have these it's kind of like Bejeweled, I guess, where you have these tiles that you want to try to line up in a row, and you want to perform certain combos and massive change with them. You can only flip panels, tiles left or back and forth horizontally, so there's no vertical switching or anything. And what they did for this game was, originally it was, I looked at the Japanese version of the game, and it's just a bunch of, like, gnomes or, like, fairy, like, you know, like flying fairies and stuff. So what they did for the Americanization of the game was they took a bunch of characters from Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, and basically they put them all in the game. So I guess you could say that Tetris Attack is the Doki Doki Panic of the Super Nintendo. I never really thought of it that way before, but I guess that's kind of how it is. In terms of the game itself, right now we've been meeting a few characters. We had Yoshi, we had Rocky 2, we had Poochie. I'm actually not very familiar with the Super Mario World 2 game itself, but anyway, halfway through the stage clear mode, you confront Bowser for the first time. You can lose to this battle, and the game will continue perfectly fine. Because it's actually pretty sneaky what the game does, because the first few levels of the game has it in a low setting, which means that the tiles actually disappear at a slower rate. However, once you come up across Bowser, the tiles are suddenly put into high mode, where they disappear much quicker, and so you have a lot less time to react, or to trying to organize combos and different stuff. And indeed, the speed of which the pieces were scrolling up has drastically improved, I think, from... Yeah, Bowser just called Yoshi a donkey. That was weird. But, so with that... Yeah, you see, even the Froggy here, talks as if you had lost to Bowser in that first encounter, because it's kind of assumed that, especially if this is like your first time playing through the game, that you're going to lose, but it's kind of a nice, not a hint, but it tells you what you were going to have to be able to do in order to win the game in this mode, which is kind of nice, actually, I think. And then if you were able to beat Bowser right now this first time, that says that you're probably well prepared enough to face him on at the end of the game and win. So, I thought that was actually kind of a neat deal. Like I mentioned, the characters all come from Super Mario World 2. I never played I never played Yoshi's Island that much. I mean, I had my Super Nintendo, I had my favorite games, but I don't know. I mean, I rented it, and I didn't care for it too much. I mean, I liked the cartoony, I liked the look of it, and I think it had to use the Super FX chip, the one that they used in Star Fox. But, I don't know. I was actually a little confused about that as well, but in terms of the game here, yeah, I've been trying to barrel through this pretty quickly. And I've been trying to go for combos and chains as much as I've been, able to. I just thought, I just love the way that it looks. It's like, I am so good at this game. Look at how quickly I'm making all the pieces disappear. It doesn't matter that it's in quadruple speed at this point. Don't I look like an awesome player? And then another thing for this game is if your pieces are near the top and they actually started doing this little jumpy thing. If you perform a combo or a chain while you have those pieces in very high danger, the clock on the right side that shows up, the little timer fella that shows up after you, what is it called? After you get a combo or a chain, he'll actually give you more time than usual. And then here's Blarg. For these last two stages, I slowed down the first level to ×1 speed, to, regular speed. Also because I love this music, as exemplified by the time trial that I did. I used to be really good at this game. I mean, I would never say I was a master at it, but I could get to a high score of, a top score of 99.999. It would take me like an hour and a half to do it, but hey, I was 10 years old. I had plenty of time. Because I remember if Revu was watching Power Rangers and I had time to play Tetris Attack. I didn't watch Power Rangers too much. I occasionally. I wound up just getting lost when they started to go to, which generation was it? I know, if you've ever seen Linkara on the internet, he's actually done like a full, he's doing like not a biography, but a nostalgic flash. I can't think of a good way to describe it, but an essay on the Power Rangers, basically. And I think I wound up getting tuned out entirely by the time the Zeo crystals had come and gone. But I don't know. Power Rangers just never really caught my attention that much. I did like the Super Nintendo game. That was also pretty easy. Play in bed. I've actually seen a few people do Let's Plays of it on YouTube, and it's pretty exciting. Sorry that I keep having very stuffy nose. I'm actually kind of under the weather in this past few days. I don't know if it was just congestion or if I got sick from somebody from a New Year's party or what. Hope everyone's enjoying their New Year so far. We had a few friends over. Everybody had a good time. We played some games. We did GoldenEye on the Wii. We also had Just Dance 2. That was pretty enjoyable. Some people had a few drinks, and one person had brought, what was it? Back to the Future, the Back to the Future trilogy on Blu-ray. And on the disc for Back to the Future 3, there was, on the disc to Back to the Future 3, there was the entire thing of the Back to the Future ride that they used to have at Universal Studios. So it included all of the security cam footage, all of the announcements that you saw as you walked into the actual attraction. It was kind of fun. I vaguely remember being on that when I was around 9 or so. I don't remember exactly. I know I went to Universal Studios, but apparently I didn't find it that memorable. So the thing I remember more was not getting to ride the E.T. ride. I think, yeah, I don't know. I remember not being able to ride the E.T. ride more than I actually remember riding the Back to the Future ride. I do remember it was, when was it? It was just about when they had released the Jurassic Park ride, I think, because we were on that and it was still pretty new. But so, like I had mentioned earlier, stage 5-1 and 6-1 I brought down to single speed. I didn't even mention it, but 5-2, I just played that one in double speed just because it turned out that I really liked the music in double speed. and then it went back and just played the rest in times 4 speed. What I did here for Raphael Ravens' stage is 6-1 and 6-5 are in real time, and then 6-2 through 6-4 are in quadruple time. I just did 6-5 because it's the last official, last regular level of the game, and so that way you can get the idea of like what it's like right before you're supposed to battle Bowser again. I've been doing, combos and chains, and I mean, not superbly. I screwed up a lot. I know that for sure. But I would keep, especially now, because the tiles disappear as if on high mode, pretty much. Like it was during the fight with Bowser. So when we try to, actually complete a massive chain of combos, sorry, I keep using the two interchangeably, but a chain is when tiles fall down and wind up completing another row of 3 or more, or row column of 3 or more. A chain, no, that was a chain. A combo is just when you complete more than 3 pieces at a time, so of either 1 or more shapes. So you can have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've seen videos on YouTube that go up to like 32. Somehow I think those were all like tool assisted stuff, but whatever. So I guess I should have explained how the stage clear mode works. Is there's a set line that you have to cross at the bottom for each stage, and once all your pieces are below that, you win. So I was doing just simple cuts after every round, and then here we have the final battle against Bowser. And I love how Bowser's like, you have to do combos or chains if you want to stand up against me. Although, as if we didn't beat him the first time at all. But we're ready. I think we're ready this time. So the way that it works on here with Bowser is that you have to attack him with chains or combos. And from there, I think chains definitely hurt him more than a combo. I think, I remember trying to measure it one time, but you would basically need a 7 combo in order to equal a ×2 chain. So you would have to be able to clear 7 pieces at once to, hurt him as much as a ×2 combo. And I was actually able to get a ×3 right there, which was pretty awesome. And he did a different kind of screaming. It was weird. Oh, Bowser, you are down. And now, the ending music. I love the music in this game. It's really great. I think it's awesome. It's very peaceful. Okay, I'm butting back in here. One thing I liked about this song in particular was that it kind of crescendos, kind of like Dire Docks did in Mario 64. And I like how there is a different ending music depending on which mode you play. So if you do the endless mode, you get a different credits music. If you do the versus mode, you know, against the computer. That has a different ending music. Like, this was probably the last good game that I played on the Super Nintendo. I would say that I owned it and for sure that I owned the last really good game on the Super Nintendo. I mean, I didn't know about Penelope or any of that stuff beforehand, but I don't know. I really enjoyed this game a lot, and I've come back to play it every so often because it's still a fun game. If they released this on the Virtual Console and like made it online, that would be so awesome. I would love it. For the credit sequence here, I don't know if the background is random, but it always seems to be one of the 6 characters. So this time it just happened to be Yoshi. I don't know if it, you know, which character you get depends on something else or not, but the drums came in. Again, you know, I sped up this game pretty, you know, at least, like in half the time, just because I don't think you would have wanted me to be ranting for stuff about for 47 minutes and just watching tiles fall down very slowly. But I did have a few good accomplishments in this. I had a few ×7 combos, mostly early in the game, I think. But still, it was fun. I was able to beat Bowser on the first try. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I guess it would be like I guess this it counts as a one-part Let's Play. And then here in the credits, it mentions Tetris Attack is inspired by the original Tetris. I wonder how much you had to get for, you know, royalty stuff to call this a Tetris game, especially since it has, you know, very little to do with the original Tetris game. Other than that, it's a puzzle game. But it's still a very fun puzzle game. And I think if this game had become like a, I don't know, maybe this game should have been like the original Bejeweled or something. Or if they had put this game online, it would have been a bajillion times better than Bejeweled. But whatever. So this is Big Mac saying, here's a secret code if you ever want to play this game. And thanks for watching my LP of Tetris Attack stage clear. Big Mac saying, later.